So I'm gonna go over to hem. So hems to me, there's more accurate ways than others to do a hem. Obviously we're doing a basic skirt, but at the same time hems are very subjective because the shape and the form has to do with your final design, obviously. So whatever your design is, you're gonna try to make a hem that is symmetrical on both sides or not symmetrical depending if you're doing an asymmetrical design. But at the same time, you want to have a hem that is continuously harmonious and has a smooth transition, whether it's from long to short in the front, or if it's asymmetrical, or if it's just straight across. You want to keep that consistent, harmonious, smooth hem all the way around your body, okay? The other thing is too, we're doing a basic turn back hem, which means we're taking the self fabric and turning it under. There is a self-faced hem or a separate faced hem, like they call it sometimes, is when you follow the shape of your hem to do a separate facing, and we'll get into facing separately. But that is mimicking the shape. Let's say you have an arched hem, you're gonna take a separate piece and make a facing to finish that, because just turning it back will cause different complications such as puckering, or you're gonna have to add darts or tucks within that hem to create the shape you want. So the type of hem that you need depends on your design and the type of hem you have. But since we're just doing a basic skirt, we're just gonna turn this sucker over and that's it, okay? So there's two methods. One, the most popular one, or the one that's been kind of done after Christian Dior, is measuring from the floor. So what I mean is you establish, let's say, a height depending on her customers or her customer's proportions. Let's say she wants a skirt that is slightly over her knee. And the measurement for that is, I don't know, 17 inches or 20 inches from the ground. So you're gonna measure from the ground, usually with a yardstick. You can use your measuring tape, but a yardstick is better. You will hold it up and then establish exactly by marking along the hem all the way throughout the body from the floor, that measurement. So if it's 20, you'll dash 20, 20, 20, 20, and that is your hem line, okay? Very easy. And then you would turn it under, and then we will true the hem either 1 inch or 1.5 inches. Okay, that's one way. I'll show you how to do the other method, which is measuring from the waist. So the second method is establishing your length. Okay, let's start with the front. Let's say you want to do a 24-inch hem, right? So you will start with your waist, at your waist, mark 24 inches. Okay, that's one marking. Then you go over along your waist and you would continue marking that measurement based on your waist, okay? So I move over like every 2 inches I move over, I go down 24 and I make a marking indicating that 24-inch marking, okay? And you would do that around the whole circumference of your skirt, okay? Okay. Another thing is to, once you have marked it all the way around your skirt, you want to see if the back hem is horizontal or parallel to the floor, okay? And what I mean by that is, I'll draw it here. So side view, okay? So if someone has a larger bottom, let's say, and you establish the length of your skirt as 24 inches all the way around, right? but when you get to the back, it's kind of hiking up because that bottom is big. You're gonna have to drop the back, usually about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, depending on how much volume is in the back, and you're gonna blend it back to the front body, okay? And then you'll reestablish a parallel to the floor hemline, okay? And the reason we're doing that again is because of the back side is full and we want to make sure the hem is even. So when you do take off your skirt, your back length can be longer than your front length, okay? And that's okay because we want to have that coverage in the back. Nothing more attractive than having a skirt that hangs like that, you know? That just says, look at me, my butt is big and my hem won't touch the back of my knees, okay? So basically that's, you have to address those things. You have to make sure you work with your environment and your surroundings to make sure your garment is proportional and parallel and perpendicular and straight to everything around it, okay? So once you do that, and let's say you have the measurement done, okay? You're gonna put your garment flat. And you could do these measurements flat or on the mannequin, it doesn't matter, okay? So once you have marked the 24-inch markings all the way around your skirt, if you want, like I can tell here my back is going up a little bit, so I'm gonna drop it maybe like 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna blend it, or maybe not that much. Let's do 1/4 inch. There. Yeah, 1/4, and I'm gonna blend it back to the rest of my skirt. Okay? So now I have a straight line. I actually went down 1/4 at the back, and I just blended it, the rest to my skirt, right? And after that, I'm gonna make a hem that's 1.5 inches deep, if it allows me to. Now, if you don't have any more room, you can make it 1 inch deep, but I wouldn't make a hem less than an inch because when someone moves and you see the hem inside and it's less than an inch, especially on a skirt, it lacks quality. It shows that, you know, they went cheap and saved on the fabric by making the hem very narrow. So you want a hemline that's at least an inch or wider inside. Some houses actually make the hemlines up to 6 inches, just so it looks like it's completely lined and fully finished inside. But at the same time, it also depends on the length of the skirt because you don't want too much weight, okay? So if you can do 1.5 inches, great. So from your line, your true line, you just mark 1.5 inches all the way across. Okay, 1.5. Then you're gonna cut it. Okay, very easy. Turn back your hem. Okay, just pin it. Okay, and that's it. You should be done with your garment. You see how everything's pinned. It looks like I have a garment here. Everything's done, and you have your hem. Very easy and simple. You can check it. If you have to adjust it, So just put it back on the dress form pendant. And you should have a nice even hem that just hangs all the way around, okay?
And you
So-
said we could do that on like a flat
You could do it
surface?
flat, yeah, but just measure it, okay? Thank you, everyone.